Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thankful Thursday. Oh, move back a little further. Let's catch me by surprise. Thanksgiving is very soon, and you can see my cool things behind me. Sit right in front of them. But those are rewards I use for the morning teaching ESL. I hope you're all having a good day today. So Thankful Thursdays, what are you thankful for? I will be watching along on my phone and answering questions. And so pop in the chat and just give it a thumbs up and tell me how you are doing today. I would love to see you say hello and tell me what you're thankful for. So some of you may or may not know, I had just a minor surgery last week, so I'm recovering for that. Thankfully, my dad and my husband were very helpful in taking care of me during that time, especially my husband. He took time off of work. Husband says YOLO. YOLO. It's kind of funny. So, make sure it's working. I have to turn it down. There we go. So, pop in the chat and say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Welcome to my classroom. Yeah. And so, what are you thankful for today? What are your upcoming Thanksgiving plans? Today, this week, we're still figuring stuff out completely. We think we have a definite what's happening because my surgery is probably impacting different things for us. But what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Or if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, what are you doing this fall? Do you hang out with your family anymore during this time? I know because of the virus, a lot of people are doing things differently, and it really is different from state to state. How many people can get together, how just everything is just so different, right? State we're by they're changing everything. So Minnesota and North Dakota, they don't have restrictions on how many people, but asking you just to limit it right now. So we'll see if they roll out any more restrictions. Hello, Thomas Reagan. Hello, how are you? Hey, Dad. Nice to see you. Type in the chat what you were thankful for. I said Tom. I meant Dad. Oh well. The chat what you were thankful for and what your Thanksgiving plans are. If you're in the States or if you're overseas, like some of my subscribers, type down in the comments what if you do any special Thanksgiving things, or not Thanksgiving, but if any special fall things. Do you like to go to the apple orchard? Do you process a lot more vegetables during this time? What do you do during this time that's different? Some traditions that we like to do is go to either an apple orchard. We did pick a lot of apples at our community orchard, so it took a lot of time for us to process that. And we also had a lot of different vegetables from my dad's house. Let's have a garden there. Thank you, Dad. And we processed those vegetables. So today's not going to be a super long live. In the future, there'll be more planned out. I had surgery last week. A week from today I can start driving. Yes. I don't know if we will. Probably not. Because not quite 100% with everything. So Tom Reagan says, I'm thankful for beautiful warm weather and all three of my children and grandchildren. So I have two brothers, and they're younger than me. Yeah, so can you hear me? Twilight Zone. So oh, I'm sorry. I had it plugged in. So sorry. Probably hard to hear me. I had you plugged in with the microphone. Hope that sounds better. So thank you. Thank you, Tom Ray, for letting me know. I had this plugged in from this morning. Only help probably if you're wearing it, right? Can't believe it here would be way over here. Probably sounding like wah, wah, wah. What are you thankful for? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Let me know down in the chat what you're doing. Or if you're overseas or another country, what do you do during the change of seasons? Is there anything particular that your family likes to do during this time? I would love to hear. Yes, welcome everybody. So thankfulness, really important. I know with like the surgery that I had, to be thankful for what you can do. You know, during the time after chemo surgery, I was limited doing things. I could do some things and I couldn't do other things because I had the surgery. We did it on a hernia on my abdomen. I, for a week, had been walking around holding my stomach in place, so it wasn't jiggling or doing anything that wasn't supposed to be doing, and protecting it that way. So doing dishes, I did it with one hand, trying to do dishes and putting them in. My hand would get tired, and then I'd switch to the other hand. So something that I'm thankful for is that each day I'm progressively getting better. I'm not there yet, but it's slowly coming. And so I didn't quite appreciate both my hands like I do now, because holding the place where the decision was, I couldn't do everything. So one thing I'm thankful for. So welcome, everybody. We have 4 people in the chat. Thank you. So if you all could give it a thumbs up, that'd be great for the video. Just let me know what you're doing at this time of year. Do you have any special festivals that you go to in your town? Some have festivals. I don't know with the coronavirus if that impacts any of them where you're at, but if they do, then what would have been during this time a festival? We recently had the Halloween. So what we did for Halloween is our church had something outside, a trunk or treat. We went to at the end, and they had hot dogs. So it was very nice to be able to go there and get the hot dogs. And then we just went to a couple houses outside. The kids loved it. It was super windy, super, super windy. So I did take a video of it. I don't know if I'll show it in an impending video, but basically people are walking down the street and their costumes are like, the little kids they're waving there, and then they're bent over trying to get through all the wind, and it was pretty hilarious. My kids were all princesses. Some of them, they reused costumes from last year that were kind of big, and they decided to use them again, or got something else with garage sales, so it's kind of a mismatch. And my littlest was a ladybug, so she and I stayed inside the car, but Daddy took the first shift, went to house to house to house. It was pretty funny. But yes, I am thankful to be improving. So you don't really realize what you have until it's taken away. So if you're healthy now, it's something to thank God for. It is. If you're around your kids and your kids are healthy, something to be thankful for. All my kids are at the very tail end of a cold, a tiny runny nose, and an occasional cough. So thankfully, after, it's been 3 weeks, so pretty much anybody you would see on the street, and it wasn't the coronavirus, so don't worry. Before I took my surgery, I had to be tested, and they were sick then, and I didn't have anything, and they're fine too. So and when I talked to the nurse, they said, yes, a lot of colds are going around right now. So I was inquiring about stuff for myself, and she said apparently, I guess I've heard this before, of that with all the different changing of the seasons, different mold and different spores of some sort, our allergies are all up in the air with the harvesting, and because we live in farm country, there's all sorts of dust, clouds of dust following these harvesting machines. So it's a lot of that, and just a change of the seasons, not the virus. So even though they kind of sound like each other, don't they? So anyway, I hope you're all having a good day. Say hi in the chat if you just came in. I'm checking it on the side here. See. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, so like I said, it's not going to be super long today, but wanted to say hi to everyone. And what's one thing you'd like to do next year that you didn't do this year? Type it in the chat box. It's about 40s, in the 40s right now, and 30s. It's 48 today, yesterday is a high 43, so it's actually pretty nice. So the kids been out yesterday with daddy, and when I can walk and not have to hold, you know, where they did the surgery, then I'll be taking the kids out too. I picked up my daughter for one of the first times completely by myself today, holding the incision, but so that was really fun. Did put a little bit of pulling, so I guess I can't quite do it quite yet. So hopefully I'll be right as rain in a couple of days, or at least be able to lift her completely without anything hurting. But so we're just taking one step at a time. So I'm very thankful for surgery going well. When you go into surgery, it's kind of scary, right? You're like, what's going to happen? I'm hoping the donuts. What's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. For some reason, I didn't look up the surgery of all how it goes about, and so learning that it was you are put under completely. It was a new experience going under anesthesia. It's actually my first time. Even when we had I wasn't tutored, we did it. I did it with no anesthesia. I said, don't put me to sleep. I'm gonna stay awake. You know, I don't want anything done. So they're like, okay, you know, and they did. And like crack, crack, crunch, crunch, you know, and they took out my teeth while I was awake. It was so loud. It was kind of scary how loud it was. I was numbed, but it was fine. I got through it. I think the first days, if anything, is the hardest. So like with that, I'm not one to take a ton of medication, and with breastfeeding my daughter now, I did not take a ton of medication either. I took some, but then one of them I had a reaction to, and it all worked out. So my daughter was well fed. I think I took the hardest one the very first day. I might make a video about that later if anybody else is wondering about what to expect with hernia surgery, what they're going to do, and how you can expect how you're going to recover after. So, because mine is open surgery, it takes a little bit longer than laparoscopic, where they just make like 3 holes and they put an instrument in to like fix it like internally or something. And mine was where they basically splayed my belly button and then pulled up the muscle, tied it inside, you know, and then tied it like outside is how I understand it's happening. Could be wrong, but that's how they did it. So anyway, probably more than you wanted to hear about it. So if you don't want to watch, don't want to skip that movie if you don't want to watch it. I've been taking footage along the way of my experience with it. Not something every day, maybe every third day, every other day, and initial reaction to what had to be done, and then its progression. Mostly been taking more pictures of the area so you can see it improving, and I'll just give a testimonial of how it went. So anyway, so good to see everyone here. Thank you for coming, and we'll have next time, no Thursday, next Thursday, Thanksgiving here. So no Thankful Thursday, and we'll see if we'll continue to a different day of the week, or maybe we'll just keep it Thursday. It'll be kind of fun, right? So hope you all have a good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for saying hi in the chat. Thank you for liking this video. I see you see 3 thumbs up. That's great. Hope you have a good day. Take care. Be safe. Take care of yourself. You are worth it. All right. Get some vitamin D outside. It says that you know, to help your immunity, which is everything. So you take your vitamins. Spend time with people the best you can with whatever your regulations are of your state. whether it's by phone or phone call, you know, even Zoom calls, they're great. I Zoomed with my grandma the other day with my family. It was so much fun. I gotta do more, but I'll talk to you later, guys. Goodbye.